Whether you're just getting started out with Webflow or you have a few client projects already under your belt, building websites efficiently and at a high level requires more than just Webflow itself. After years of trial and error running my own marketing consultancy, I've landed on a lightweight yet powerful tech stack that I now use on every single Webflow project build. This tech stack helps me deliver better results for my clients while saving me anywhere between 20 to 30 hours per project. In this video, I'm gonna walk you through the 3 essential tools that I believe every Webflow developer should be using in their Webflow project builds. If you're trying to build faster, launch smoother, and keep your clients happy, this one's for you. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Bailey Canning. I'm a full stack independent marketing strategist working with my clients on brand strategy engagements, web design and development projects, and ongoing marketing retainers. As part of my efforts here on YouTube, I regularly release videos giving you a behind the scenes look at what it's like to run a modern marketing consultancy, as well as discussing various branding, web design, and marketing topics. If that sounds interesting to you, make sure to subscribe so you can stay up to date with my latest work. And of course, feel free to introduce yourself in the comments. Let's get right into it. I believe that every single Webflow build needs to have a well-developed style guide so that you can quickly import the global styles you plan to use for your project. I'm talking about things like fonts, colors, spacing, that sort of thing. Now there are so many fantastic style guides that you could automatically import into your project, and this is going to allow you to just hit the ground running, and it's going to make your project much easier to manage over the long term. It's going to allow you to have a much more scalable website. This is especially important if you're working with a team, and overall, trust me when I say it is going to make your life a lot easier. The style guide I have been using regularly for the past few years now, and one I recommend to every single other fellow Webflow developer out there, is going to be the Client First style guide made by Finsweet. Client First by Finsweet allows you to have a very organized and clear class naming structure, as well as a globally managed style guide. This allows you to save a ton of time on every Webflow project build because you're able to globally set the fonts, the colors, the spacing, and all the other web development components that make up a Webflow project build. Not only does this save you a dramatic amount of time, but you're also going to have a much more organized and much more clear conventional class naming structure. This is going to be very important if you don't touch the website for a year or so and then you need to come back to it. You're going to automatically have a clear documentation for how everything is supposed to work. It's also very important if you're going to be working with a team, whether it's a fellow developers or maybe even the client is technical enough to use Webflow. This way, you don't need to explain all the different class naming structures and how the website is built. Rather, you're going to get pre-built documentation using the Client First system. And then of course, you can customize that and tailor it to the specific project needs. Overall, the Client First style guide, which also hooks into the Webflow variable system now, is essentially a non-negotiable for every single Webflow build. Once you have a solid style guide that you feel comfortable using to globally manage your website, then the next thing you're gonna wanna get is a component library. So instead of needing to build every single section of the website from scratch, instead you can have a component library where essentially you're gonna have pre-built blocks of various common website structures. This way, it is gonna make your life so much easier, both in the design phase when you're creating wireframes in Figma, as well as during the development phase when you're actually building in Webflow. I believe by far the best component library in the Webflow ecosystem is the Relume component library. What I love about Relume, other than the fact that we have thousands of pre-built components that in this case are unstyled, which is key because this way you're going to be able to easily customize the sections to the design of your website. What I love about Relume the most is that it is actually built on top of the Client First naming structure. So this is huge because it essentially automatically integrates with Client First. And this is just going to make your Webflow build that much more organized and efficient and streamlined, because while you're getting all these fantastic components that are unstyled, so it's going to be very easy to customize them to your brand. And of course, they're also mobile responsive, so this is going to save you a ton of time in development. The key thing is that, again, it's built with client first, so it's going to be easy for your client to read through the documentation if they plan to manage the website once it's built. It's going to be easy to bring on team members, especially important if you're running an agency, and it's just going to be very easy to collaborate with other developers as well. Another thing I love about Relume is the fact that not only are you getting all the basic building blocks of a website, but there's also tons of different unique sections featuring animations and effects that only can be done in Webflow. So not only are you able to build very consistent, well-styled, visually pleasing websites, but you're also going to be able to add a lot of very interesting visual effects to your website that's really going to give it that extra little pizzazz that is going to wow your clients and make the marketing effectiveness of the website all the better. Ever since I started using Relume, I'd estimate I'm saving at least 30 hours per website build, and the results I'm able to deliver for my clients have skyrocketed. And so now the fact that I'm able to deliver better results in a shorter time frame means I'm able to bill much higher for every single Webflow build. Long story short, the Relume library is the ultimate Webflow power-up, and if you want to check out the Relume library for yourself, you can use the link in the description. It is an affiliate link, but I'm only promoting it because every single Webflow build, I start by cloning the Relume style guide and getting right to work. Webflow is the most powerful no-code builder on the web today. However, that doesn't mean that the stock interface accessible via the designer doesn't have its limitations. That's where the Finsweet attribute library comes in. Essentially, the Finsweet attribute library gives you a bunch of advanced power-ups that you can use to extend the functionality of your Webflow website. Best of all these attributes are going to be accessible, and they're all lightweight, low-code solutions, so they are not going to slow down the performance of your website. Now, this was huge for me because before I jumped on the Webflow bandwagon and quite frankly, never looked back, I came from the world of WordPress, which I'm sure many of you watching this video originally started out building websites in WordPress as well. And while WordPress is very clunky, I think it's fair to say, one of the great things about it is that it has a bunch of advanced filtering that is generally going to be built in. So for example, I work with a lot of architecture firms, and a lot of these firms are obviously going to have a portfolio on their website to highlight their work. And many times clients are going to come requesting that this portfolio be able to be filtered by things such as the services they provided, the location where the project was, different design features. And within the Webflow CMS, there's essentially no way to do this natively. So coming from WordPress, this was something I really struggled with because how could I deliver these results to clients in a very streamlined way? But that all changed when I finally discovered the Finsweet attributes, which, while there's a lot of different functionality you can get into, the main things I use for it in my Webflow build are going to be filtering CMS content in a very user-friendly, intuitive way. Some things I have used this often for are going to include filtering portfolios, like I just mentioned, but it's also great if you're looking to create CMS-connected sliders, as well as, for example, dynamic table of content elements. And just like the Finsweet client-first system, all the different Finsweet attributes come with extensive documentation showing you exactly how to implement every single different aspect of different attributes. And if you're on the vibe coding trend and using tools like Claude AI or ChatGPT to code, you can always plug in the stock Finsweet attribute code, and oftentimes the AI LLMs are able to take that code and run with it and customize it to your unique build to essentially achieve any sort of advanced functionality you're looking to add to your website. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching the video. I hope you got a lot of value out of it. Honestly, I wish I had watched a video like this when I was first getting into the Webflow ecosystem, because I did not find out about Client First or Relume until they were fairly mainstream, I would say. So there would have been a lot of time and money and heartache I could have saved if I had been using these tools from the start. So just to recap, I recommend you clone the Relume library style guide once you get on a paid plan. That way you're gonna have all the components already loaded up into your Webflow project. And that's already going to include the client first style guide. So you're gonna have those two items ready to go. And then you might not need this for every project, but whenever you need to tap into advanced functionality, specifically within the CMS of Webflow that's not available natively, that's where the Finsweet attributes are gonna come in very handy. And you're really gonna be able to wow your clients by ensuring that all the technical functionality they want added to the website you're able to accomplish. As we all know, nothing is worse than having to go back to a client and tell them that whatever they want to add to the website is just simply not possible. We've all been there, not a good feeling, and the Finsweet attributes are gonna help you avoid that. That's it for me in this one. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, make sure to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Take it easy. Bye.